Hi friends, it is nice to see you through this Learn Logistics video. Again, I would like to remind you that you are requested to send your comments in the above email ID logisticsari2020@gmail.com, and you can go through our website www.harilogisticsacademy.com to have more information. Now we will see about statutory regulations and compliances. Maintaining a high standard of GDP logistics compliance is a difficult task. By following these 7 steps, you can do that. 1. Understand the standard expected of you. Set and follow SOP. Document your entire process. Review and manage your CAPA. CAPA means corrective action and preventive action. Review calibration and preventive maintenance. Bring in fresh eyes or expertise to review your process and complete snapshots of GDP process. Document. 1. Understand the expected standard of GDP compliance. Standards can vary globally and in some cases can be contradictory. The aim should be to comply with all regulations set by the countries or a country or a state on your logistics route. If this is not possible, ensure that your reasoning is documented and that you are meeting globally or locally established standards. Be aware of changes to regulations and stay up to date with investigations and enforcements. This will also give insight to upcoming areas of focus for regulators. 2. Set and follow a standard operating procedure. SOPs allow for the continuous improvement of standards of service and also provide evidence of your commitment. Failure to write SOPs will signal to regulators that your company is not serious about effective compliance. However, writing SOP and then failing to follow them will show regulators a willful disregard of standards. And review and update SOPs regularly and maintain a master file of previous versions. 3. Document your entire process. If you don't document it, you have no evidence that you have actually done it. Clean, clear and organized documentation can ensure that your investigation ready. Ensuring that documents are updated and reviewed at regular intervals also evidences the development of your GDP compliance policy. If you are keeping your documentation in order, you would be better equipped to deal with any issues of non-compliance and pinpoint gaps in the process. 4. Review and manage your CAPA log. The preventive action and the corrective actions both have an important role in the effective running of quality systems. To be inspector ready, ensure that your CAPA log is being reviewed and addressed regularly. Corrective actions should be dealt with in a timely manner, with the incident fully recorded and evidence of how the issue was addressed. Preventive action should be a key focus to ensure that potential problems or non-conformance are understood and that a plan is being developed. 5. Review, calibration and preventive maintenance program. Preventive maintenance programs are essential to prove equipment is working to the correct standard and is being monitored or repaired when necessary. Calibration must also be completed and monitored to eliminate any discrepancies between different equipment's data recording. All records of maintenance and calibration should be up to date and ready for review. 6. Bring in fresh eyes or expertise to review your GDP process. Fresh eyes can point out gaps in your processes or high risk areas. Requesting review from different levels of stakeholders can also ensure compliance objectives are understandable and clear. Experts can give specific guidance on areas of concerns or can offer specialized advice, for example, in preparing employees for interactions with inspectors. 7. Complete snapshot GDP audits. Ensuring that you are carrying out snapshot audits of your GDP will allow you to stay on top of this complex issue. Select one area to focus on and review your process and documentation. Ask if it is being followed and if it is effective, or create a theoretical incident of non-compliance using the process you have or you able to understand. Address them and manage the incident. In conclusion, every company may face instances of unpredicted non-compliance. Having a fully formed process for GDP compliance can ensure that if an incident happens, you are able to mitigate and manage the impact. You will also be able to evidence your actions to an inspector and maintain acceptable compliance standards. In logistics, Indian logistics industry, the Indian logistics market is expected to reach about 215 billion US dollars in 2020. Implementation of GST is the driving force behind the market surge. The industry provides employment to more than 22 million people and grew at a compound annual growth rate of CAGR of 7.8% during the last 5 years. The industry's growth will be fueled by the strides in manufacturing, retail, fast-moving consumer goods and e-commerce sectors. The growth rate is not inclusive of 2020 because 2020, as you are aware, because due to pandemic, it may be very much low. Compliance applicability assessment. Some of the equipments which commonly used in logistics industry are trucks and trailers, hoists, lifts, weighing equipments, cranes, racks, among others. These equipment require proper safety assurance and compliance requirements, thereby leading to applicability of different acts and compliances. Complaints of various acts and regulations listed below are some samples. It may not be a complete list. One is Practice Act or Office and Establishment Act, then Carriers Act, Motor Vehicles Act, Central and State Motor Vehicle Rules, ESI Act, Minimum Wages Act, Bonus Act, and various other acts under EHS, commonly called as Environment, Health and Safety. For these topics will have different type of compliances. Also become applicable. Nearly there may be more than 60 applicable acts with over 2000 applicable compliances, including time-based or ongoing compliances. Over 100 licenses, registrations, permissions, consent to operate orders, approvals may also required to operate with many branches and area of operations. How to implement? We have to identify the type of logistics activity we are going to do, and accordingly we have to do one, map the client organization, either group or entities, sub-entities, locations, departments related to operations. 2. Review of identified applicable acts and compliances with respective department heads for each operation. 3. Discussion on identified gaps with the department heads and compliances set. 4. Mapping of compliances to specific users along with their roles. 5. Hands-on training sessions with user groups based on their locations and roles. Activation of system for a predetermined go-live date. In conclusion, I would like to state that the following are to be kept in mind while we do the statutory and regulation compliances. 1. Clearly identify and map our operations. 2. Identify and map the kind of equipments we are going to use. 3. Identify and map the kind of materials we are going to handle. 4. Identify and map the statutory and regulatory compliances required to be followed for our operations. 5. Make the right organization levels, fix roles and responsibilities of people to identify and comply all the necessary acts and regulations. 6. Ensure right documents are maintained to satisfy the regulators. 7. Ensure periodical audit is conducted to find the gaps and fulfilling the same. Ensure the non-compliance is not becoming a hindrance to your operations and organization. So these are the main points which we have to keep in our mind, as well as statutory regulations and compliance are concerned. Thank you, gentlemen. Your comments are welcome. Hope you will benefit from this video. We look forward for more interactions in future. As I said, you can send the comments in the above email ID logisticsari2020@gmail.com. Thank you. And if you can subscribe this channel, you will get regular notifications on our new videos. Thank you.